Record and edit a guitar with GarageBand. GarageBand is a free way to record and edit real guitars on any Mac. To record an electric guitar, you will require an audio interface, which is a method to convert a sound signal into a digital signal. The good news is that audio interfaces for guitarists are prolific. There are dozens of options available from the likes of M-Audio, Focusrite, Motu, Tascam, Roland, Steinberg, and Apogee. While the feature set between devices will vary, a single quarter-inch to USB converter will be sufficient. Before we launch GarageBand, we want to ensure that the audio interface is connected to macOS, and this can be confirmed by going Menu Bar, System Preferences, Sound, Input, and you should see your audio interface listed. I'm using a simple USB to quarter-inch adapter. Open up GarageBand and select Empty Project. Within this presets menu, we're going to choose Track Type, Audio, Connect a guitar or bass. And this is going to start us off with a preset for recording real instruments and not software instruments. A new project launches, but before we begin, we just want to confirm some project settings. So select Menu Bar, GarageBand, Preferences, Audio/MIDI, Input Device, and ensure the input device is set to the audio interface and not anything else. Sometimes this can be defaulted to the webcam or any other microphones that you may have connected, so we just want to double check this. Before I record, I want to tune up my guitar, so click the tuning fork icon along the top transport bar, and a pop-out tuner appears. Now I'm ready to start to record. Click the red record button on the transport. Listening back, not too bad, but I'm off on quite a few of these beats, and I want to tighten up this performance and ensure that chords start at the beginning of each bar. And I just want to focus on editing the first 8 bars and leave the performance alone later in the song. So to do this, I'm going to split the take at the 9th bar to ensure that if I move anything around earlier, the back half will be left alone. So move the playhead to the 9 on the time ruler and click to activate the event, and select Menu Bar, Edit, Split Regions at Playhead, or the keyboard shortcut Command-T. Open up the Editors panel, which is the scissors icon in the top left of the transport bar. This provides a more detailed view of the audio waveforms. It's a bit easier to see my performances. So the take on bar 4 comes too early, and this needs to be shunted down, but the take on bar 5 is fine. What we need to do is move the playhead after the sound waveform on the 4th bar and split this clip so that if I move this performance, I'm going to leave everything at the 5th bar alone. I do later on the clip first so that I don't forget. Sometimes if I split the clip first before the sound waveform, I start making edits, and by splitting the clip after the waveform first, I don't accidentally move something out of place that's working just fine. And click and drag the event so that the waveform is closely aligned to the start of the bar. The metronome is serviceable, but it's a bit annoying, and I want to replace it with a drum loop. So to deactivate the metronome, click the metronome icon along the top transport bar. On the far right is the Loops browser. It comes with a number of royalty-free loops of all kinds of different instruments that I can use in my composition. I'm going to filter down the results to all drums and rock, and I can click through these loops to audition them. To add a loop to the composition, click and drag the loop below the guitar track in an empty region in the timeline. GarageBand will add a new virtual instrument track for the loop. So this sounds much nicer for our temp track. I'm listening through again, and the second chord is quite off. I could re-record it, but I know that I play the same notes later on, and the take around bar 6 is better. I'm going to use the same techniques. I'm going to split the clip, remove the take from bar 2, around bar 6, and I'm going to reuse it at bar 2, so split the clips around bar 6. Now that I've done that, hold the Option key down on the keyboard, click and drag a performance to duplicate it. This is like copying and pasting, but all in one operation with the mouse. So holding Option down and clicking and dragging with the mouse will duplicate an event, and I can move this from bar 6 to bar 2. And I've cleaned up that take. I quite like recording in GarageBand because all the guitar parts are recorded clean. That means there are not any effects applied in the source audio. This offers great flexibility in the editing process because the amps and pedals can be freely modified. I can audition different presets by opening up the library. I'll just enable loop mode here and listening through some presets. I think this Clean Echoes preset is pretty funky. In the editor panel, on the far right is the pedal board, and if I expand this, I can adjust all of these parameters, like this delay pedal here, add a bit of low cut so it's less bassy, enable reverse, and adjust the timing, and I like this. This sounds a bit more funky than just the straight chords I was strumming earlier. GarageBand is a great way to start recording and is available for free on every Mac. Once you've explored its features and you want to learn more about recording, it's worth noting that any GarageBand project can later be upgraded to Logic Pro for more refinement and polish. So there's no need to worry about being locked into GarageBand and keeping songs in a demo state. There is an upgrade path available once you've mastered GarageBand. The software is rather lightweight and really you can get started on any Mac.